Hi, this is my ToK essay breakdown series for November 2024. In these videos, I'll be unpacking the key terms from the title, as well as looking at the prompt through the lens of two AOKs. For a much more detailed analysis, examples, and ideas for how to approach this question using the different AOKs and other ToK concepts, you can check out the full written guide link in the description. Okay, so we will be looking at Title 6, which is in the pursuit of knowledge, what is gained by the artist adopting the lens of the scientist and the scientist adopting the lens of the artist? And of course, you have to talk about the natural sciences and the arts for this one. So, beginning with some key terms, first one to pick out would be pursuit of knowledge, which I've defined as seeking out new information or understanding. And it's worth noting that this term encompasses both knowledge production and knowledge acquisition. So, put simply, both learning and research. Also relevant is what is gained. So, this could be additional knowledge or other benefits which would have been otherwise inaccessible had you not adopted the lens from the other field. And speaking of which, the central part of the title is this notion of adopting the lens of the scientist or artist, respectively. And this can mean using the methodologies, ideas, conceptual frameworks from that other AOK. Some points or themes you might want to touch on in answering this question. First of all, you can think about how using the intuitive and creative approaches of artists can help scientists get around problems in their research. And related to this, you can consider how switching perspectives could lead to a greater degree of cognitive flexibility. And finally, a more specific theme is empirical aesthetics, which is basically when using scientific methods to study and understand aesthetic experiences in more of a quantitative rather than qualitative manner. Okay, and for the AOKs, we can start with the arts. And for this argument, I'm going to focus a bit more on the knowledge framework component of ethics. Beginning with a lead in, to put this AOK in the context of the question, we can talk a bit about what it means for an artist to adopt a scientist's lens. This could mean approaching their work with a focus on observation and experimentation. They might use scientific principles to inform their creative process, or use scientific phenomena as the basis for their works, which is what I'll be looking at with the coming examples. For the claim, artists can enhance ethical engagement with scientific issues because, using evocative art to address problems such as global warming can spark discussions and raise awareness in a manner which is more effective than just, say, presenting raw data is. An example we can use to illustrate this is Gaetan Robillard's critical climate machine, which is basically a data sculpture and sound installation which aims to understand and show how misinformation surrounding global warming spreads. And it uses technology to break down myths about climate change by analyzing what people say on Twitter and correcting false statements. For the counterclaim, we can say that using science as the basis for art can actually raise ethical issues and in potentially not a very constructive manner. So an example here would be Eduardo Kack's piece, the GFP Bunny, which was a genetically modified rabbit that could glow green under blue light because it was implanted with a jellyfish gene. So, yeah, kind of messed up. And this project understandably drew criticism and ethical concerns from animal rights groups and led to kind of more discussion surrounding the morality of altering animal genetics, especially just for the sake of art. So, this piece did lead to discussions, so that could be seen in a positive light, but perhaps the methods and the manner in which the artist did this is ethically problematic. Anyway, bring these ideas together in a mini conclusion. We can say that artists using scientific issues and phenomena as the basis for their work can be ethically productive, though only if done so responsibly. So, in other words, for the purpose of drawing attention to an issue rather than the artist. Okay, and for the second AOK, we do have to look at the natural sciences. And for this one, I'm going to be focusing a bit more on the methods and tools elements of the knowledge framework. Once again, beginning by contextualizing the AOK by talking a bit about what it means for a scientist to adopt an artist's lens. And this could mean approaching their work with a focus on creativity, or perhaps using sensory mediums, visual or audio, to represent data. And for the claim, we can talk about how artistic visualizations can be useful for scientists. For instance, because they could allow researchers to see patterns and relationships that might be hidden in raw data, or visualize phenomena which are difficult or nearly impossible to see. So, as is the case with David Goodsell's work in structural biology. However, for the counterclaim, we can say that actually visualizations of scientific data can be misleading. For example, the record of poor visualization practices in biomedical data, as highlighted by O'Donoghue and colleagues. Bringing these ideas together in a mini conclusion, we can say that visualizing scientific information can provide important insights, but it needs to be done with care. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. If you did, maybe consider pressing like. And for essay guides as well as personal feedback, feel free to check out my website, toklifeline.com. Many thanks for watching.